Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the show here at the lounge. This is the Lee Harris Show. My name is Lee Harris. Ooh, do I have the news for you tonight? Okay, so we all have been wondering, like, when more celebrities are going to come out and speak out about Diddy's situation. We've heard from Nick Cannon, okay? We've heard from 50, but I think slowly more people are coming out to speak out about it. Not necessarily defend him or say, he did it, okay? But the latest celebrity to speak out about Diddy is Charlamagne the God. Okay, we all are familiar with him. Okay, he's on the Breakfast Club. I mean, he has a great show. I tune in sometimes, and yeah, I get the scoop. Okay, he interviewed people, and it's just a wonderful show. Okay, but today he speaks out about Diddy. He was on the podcast. He speaks out about Diddy. He says something about 50 and said 50 is a genius. Okay, so we're gonna watch a clip of the interview. However, I also want to say that I have mentioned that Diddy was doing a documentary on Diddy. Okay, on Diddy and his lawsuit, but it has been allegedly put out there that 50 Cent wants to buy Revolt. Okay, so we all know that Diddy stepped down as the chairman for Revolt, and now 50 Cent is like, I'll buy it. I'll buy it for the low, because guess what? AT&T and other networks, it's not gonna touch it with this lawsuit. And Charlamagne said 50 is a genius, okay? So we are going to just listen to the interview a bit, okay?
People saying how there's a lot of people not talking about this situation. And this is what I would say. What are you supposed to say? Because if you're a podcaster, if you're a YouTuber, if you're just a person on social media, you can say all types of stuff. You know what I mean? When people say things like, yo, nobody's talking about this, it's because what y'all want people to say is, oh, he did that shit. He did that shit. You want us to sound like the internet. Yeah. And you want us to start talking about, well, I heard he did this then, I heard he did that then. The reality of the situation is, you can't do anything except for report about what actually came out in this situation. He got sued. He settled.
For all of it?
I agree with that. I totally agree with Charlamagne. Because we have, and I am guilty, we have all these reports coming out like, oh, there's another person, there's a fourth victim, there's a second victim, there's a third victim. But the facts are, he got sued and he settled. We know for a fact that those are facts, okay? Those are facts. And I definitely, like I mentioned, Charlamagne, his words were, he chose them wisely when he spoke about that. And again, I wholeheartedly agree with what he said, okay? So, I mean, we're going to get back into it.
I don't know.
I heard all of it.
Well, if he did, I think the conversation we could have without, becoming products of a lawsuit ourselves.
Well, we could just say allegedly for everything right now, and then we could start having fun again.
But even with that,
that's why I say allegedly, okay? Allegedly, all right? These are some of the things that I'm hearing, but allegedly, that's why it's important that I say allegedly, because I don't want nobody coming after me. I walk out my door and make sure Diddy ain't about to blow up my car.
But even with that, what's the point of that?
That's fun. So we got fun.
Yeah, it's fun until it's not you. That could easily be anybody in this room.
No.
Yeah, it could be.
Not that shit.
People make up stuff all the time. By the way, I'm not saying this is made up. I'm just saying people make up things all the time. My point is, I don't know if any of this is true or not. So let's just say, even if we're saying allegedly, we say something like, oh, Diddy beats women, or Diddy rapes women.
I didn't say that.
But my point is, that is what people want.
I said he pays women that say he did that.
That's the fact. But show, that's where I was going.
That's my thing. And I've always said it. You guys have heard it on previous shows. He said he pays women that says he's did that. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you pay, you're guilty. That's just my opinion. But again, who am I?
I mean,
That's where I was going. You know what a good conversation is?
What is that?
Is settling a lawsuit in admission of guilt.
I didn't say that he's admitting guilt.
But I'm saying, is it though? Is settling a lawsuit like this an admission of guilt?
No. It's not like legally you're saying, or what do the streets think?
Nah, legally. I'm going for the streets is what gets niggas sued.
Ooh.
And crackers. But
Charlamagne is so funny. Okay, so that's a good question. And I'm asking you guys, because again, I've given my opinion. What are your opinions? Okay, drop a comment below. Does settling a lawsuit admit guilt? Let me know what you think. I'm curious. You can agree with me. You can disagree with me. It's okay. We can talk about it. But does settling a lawsuit admit guilt? So we're going to see what they say.
fuck the streets. Legally.
What did we didn't have anything to do with this.
Let's talk legally. Is this, if you settle, is it admission of guilt? Ooh.
Not at all.
Okay, break it down.
Because it's not admitting guilt. You're settling so you don't have to go to trial.
Yes.
Because sometimes going to trial can cost you more money, not only on the trial, but in terms of public perspective than just settling. And when
Perception.
Public perception, yeah, perception. And when somebody settles, you start to think, oh, they just wanted money. So once somebody, like if you want justice for a crime, a lot of times people will go, okay.
You go the criminal route, not the civil.
Exactly. When you're just going the civil route, to me, it speaks a little bit to, this person might be after some money. That being said, there might be enough information out there
So,
for this.
Again, he gave me something to think about because she just filed a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit, and she settled. But is justice really served? And that's where I kind of draw the line, okay? Because, you file a civil lawsuit, you win, you get the money, but is justice really served? Okay, so for me, I'm trying to figure out: do you want justice, or would you rather have a come up financially? Because we all know, and again, what Cassie went through was traumatic and horrible, and I think Diddy should be held responsible. But she hasn't made music in a while, so I don't know. I'm curious.
Trial could get ugly enough where Diddy and his team are like, yo, we just got to pay her and then try to bury this.
And that's always been the old school way, right? Like, if you read about like the Michael Jackson situation, you'll see things where Johnny Cochran told Michael, like, look, man, I know you're getting advice to settle, but once you settle, that door is never going to stop getting knocked on. There's going to be people coming all the time, making accusations because they know you're going to settle.
Again, and I've mentioned that with the second, third, and fourth victims. Once you open up that door for people to come and sue you, they're going to, like with the whole Diddy situation, again, I do believe that Diddy did that to Cassie. I do believe that he did that to Cassie. However, I think that opened up, that gave the opportunity for others to come knocking and say, hey, she made a financial come up, I'm coming up too.
wasn't this tied in specifically to a New York state law that was going to expire at the end of last week?
Yeah, but
I don't know if you can bring.
What was it? Statute of limitations?
Something.
What was it for?
It was a specific law.
it's the I know what you're talking about. I know
It's like a
what you're
victim's
talking
law.
about.
I don't know if you could actually. You might have only been able to do civil under it. Is what I'm thinking.
But that don't mean anything. You could still go criminal, especially with the stuff that she alleged.
Is there no statute?
Yeah, the stuff that she alleged, you could definitely still do criminal if you wanted to.
If it happened so long ago and you don't have any proof, then
It wasn't that long ago, though.
I mean, it's hard to prove rape without like a real kid,
adult survivors.
witnesses and things like that.
I would think so, but clearly.
In criminal, because you need
Okay,
all
so
12.
let's look at both sides.
Jurors.
One side, let's look at the side that there's two outcomes here, right? Or well, there's multiple, but two extreme outcomes. One extreme outcome is this is potential. She's just after his money. She's maybe realized that she can't make any more money, or she's realized, you know what, I don't want to be in the industry anymore, so I have nothing to lose by outing this person and being looked at that
All this
way.
is true. Yeah.
So I'm going to go after his money. That's one potential one. And then he did absolutely none of it. That is potential. There's another version of that where some of this stuff might have happened, maybe not all of it, but she's still like, you know what? I want to get paid for the trauma that I endured with this person. That's another potential option. Then there's another option where like every single part of it happened, and now Diddy's like, oh shit, the walls are crumbling down, and I need to, close, what is it called? Stop this leak because these other leaks are starting to happen, and then it falls apart.
Impossible in this era.
To stop the leaks.
Impossible.
Right.
Impossible.
I agree. Impossible. Once that one leak, although you try to stop that leak from spreading, especially when it gets too big, right? And when I say too big, like Diddy settled with Cassie, but it got out in the news. If it was done in private, I think that it would have been a little less. I think those other leaks could have been prevented. So once the leak got too large and then you tried to fix it, it's too late. Because then you have a leak over here, then you have a leak over here. So it was too late. Because once it got out, it was too late. I knew they were going to come.
Possible in this era because even going back to Michael Jackson again, and that's why I said what I said earlier. There is always copycats in situations like this.
Yes.
You don't know whether these things are real or not. Johnny Cochran, God bless the dead, literally told Michael, if you settle this one, I'm telling you, there's going to be a bunch of people coming saying, hey, this person did this person did that.
They're going to reflect on some party that you went there, that they were at, and they're going to be like, you know what? He did grab my butt when I walked by, and I thought it was just kind of fun at the moment. We were all just kind of hanging out and partying, but now that I think about it, he assaulted me, and that's fucked up, and he's paying, so let's get that money.
By the way, I don't want to diminish anything that, any allegations.
That's a potential option. I'm not saying that this is every option. I'm saying it is possible
100%.
that someone could see financial incentive and then take advantage of it and then sue him when something didn't happen. It's also very possible that women are now emboldened or empowered by this first person doing it, and they go, wow, now I feel safe enough to go after this powerful man, an incredibly powerful man. Okay, I'm going to also file a lawsuit based on this very real thing that happens.
Absolutely.
All these are possible.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why I asked the question. Is it an admission of guilt to settle?
I don't think it is a legal admission of guilt, but I think the public starts to speculate about your guilt.
And by you saying that is exactly why.
Okay, so he said he doesn't think it's an admission of guilt, but the public start to speculate because, like myself, from him settling, I was like, oh, he's guilty. He's guilty. But now that I hear this guy breaks it down, maybe he's not guilty, okay? Maybe he wanted to settle to like, okay, let's get this over with. Because if we go to trial, there's a possibility that I could go to jail for something I didn't do. But my opinion still stands. I think he's guilty, but I do have an inkling of doubt that he is, okay? Just an inkling of doubt, but I'm 95% sure that he's guilty. The settlement of the lawsuit admitted guilt, okay? But there's still that 5% that maybe it didn't. He just didn't want to go to trial.
Why people cannot have a conversation about this?
Well, we just
because
did.
we did, but you can't have the conversation that the public wants you to have.
Oh, they just want their feelings satisfied.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The public don't want you to actually look at it from a nuanced perspective. They just want you to pick a side and say either you believe him or you don't believe him. All I'm simply telling y'all motherfuckers is you can jump out there on your podcast, you can jump out there on your YouTube channels, and you can say whatever you feel. You can call him a rapist, you can call him a woman beater, but when you get served with a lawsuit,
We'll see.
when you get served with a lawsuit, just know.
Now, this does not apply to 50 Cent because he can do whatever the hell he wants because he...
Y'all not paying attention. 50 is the smartest.
Oh, he is the smartest.
50 is the smartest.
The
50
smartest.
has not once
Said
called
one
this
thing.
man anything.
He's just reposting what other people say. He's a
He's like the
genius.
news.
He's a
Watch
genius.
CNN, watch MSNBC, watch NBC, and watch how they report on stuff like this. All they do is report the story in the details, the allegations that are made in it.
He's the GOAT.
That's all 50's doing. Nothing else.
the GOAT.
The problem that y'all be running into, a lot of you new media personalities, is because y'all think y'all can have an opinion and y'all think y'all feelings matter. Your feelings do not matter because none of that has been proven in the court of law.
My feelings.
I'm just saying. Like,
And that's why I always say, I agree with Charlamagne. That's why I always say, it's just my opinion. Who am I? And I have the right to have an opinion. Again, I always say allegedly. I'm not saying that Diddy is guilty. I'm not saying he's not guilty. I do have an opinion, and I do believe that some of the things that Cassie said he did. It hasn't been proven, but that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. Just like Charlamagne is entitled to his opinion. Shout out to my girl Tessa Tales. She's entitled to her opinion, because when I tell you the girl bring the news, she brings the news, okay? Shout out to Tessa Tales, okay? But it's just an opinion. Exactly, all right? Because nothing has been proven.
yeah, he has not been proven to be a rapist or a woman beater in a court of law.
And she did not attempt to prove that. This is very important. She did not attempt to prove that he was that in the court of law.
Yeah.
She attempted to use that allegation to get money out of him. And when she was offered money, she accepted. And that is important. Now, that's
According to the court documents, they had been trying to work out a deal for a while, and she wasn't accepting. So,
well, he wasn't accepting of her terms.
well, he's
Neither party was.
So that's the thing, okay? So now I'm thinking Diddy's wishing that he would have accepted. Because I think if he would have accepted, then none of this would be happening. I feel like the walls are slowly closing down on Diddy, and I think he knows that. He knows that. So I think he regrets the fact that he didn't give her what she originally asked for.
Was accepting. She's like, I want this much. He said no. She's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go public with this shit.
By the way, she won on both fronts.
Yes.
Because you got your story out.
Yeah.
Court of public opinion is having a field day. And you got paid.
And we remember how absolutely beautiful she was.
And you might and to your point just now, you might have opened the door of other people who may have a story.
Yes. Now, I think there's part of us that's always like, you know what? I want you to seek justice. Because if someone has done something wrong, I want them to be punished outside of money. If he's worth billions of dollars, then this is a drop in the bucket. But
This might be justice.
Yeah, why is money not justice?
Yeah, why
you
is
said
it
you brought this up on Flagrant. I thought that was a great point. I think money can also be justice, but
Okay, so let me know, because I'm going to give you my opinion. I don't think money is justice, especially for someone like P. Diddy, right? He has a lot of it. So I don't think money is justice, but they're saying money is justice. I think I think if he was to go, like, be held accountable criminally, then that would be justice. But they're saying that money is justice. Guys, let me know what you think below. And while you're at it, like and subscribe, because I want to know your opinion. Do you agree that money is justice? Do you disagree that money is justice? Money is not justice? He should be in jail. Let me know.
Within
Not just
our-
money, but watching a person's whole empire crumble.
So that's the other thing. It's
Now, I do agree with that. Justice is watching somebody lose endorsements, lose Macy no longer carry his clothing line. He had to step down as chairman at Revolt. So I think that's a little bit of justice, but is it enough?
It's like watching the empire crumble might be justice because you could make the argument that it was the empire that enabled him to do these things if he did them, right? So without that apparatus and that power, how could he continue this behavior?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So you could make the argument that that is happening. But if he was in jail for this, he also couldn't do those things. And then some victims might have seen like they've received more justice. Now, as somebody who's been in the industry for a while, have you heard any of these rumors? I never heard rumor. I only heard he was gay. That was the only rumor that I heard about it. I'll be honest. That's alleged, but like for years, like my mind fucking exploded. Like I thought he loved guys' cocks. I didn't realize that he was out here allegedly doing these things to women.
This is how we know the world is becoming more progressive, because in the lawsuit, she talks about how allegedly he would hire male prostitutes
To fuck her.
and jack off.
And he would jerk freak offs. He called them freak offs.
Yeah, I mean,
Freak offs. And guys, if you are not familiar with my story with Orlando Brown, that's what I said. I said that he hired men to have sex with Cassie, and he just did what he wanted to on the sidelines. And so that goes back to me saying, Orlando Brown, it may be a little truth to that. Okay?
nobody cared.
I mean, I don't think that's gay. I mean, that's what you do when you watch porn. You watch a male prostitute fuck a female prostitute.
Yeah, you know, nobody cared.
It's weird when it's your
It's
girl,
funny though,
but it's not gay. We jerk off to guys all the time. They just are
being
fucking
that I
women.
listen to horrible decisions, I know what that's called.
What?
Cuckolding.
Yes. He allegedly enjoys a nice cuckolding.
And today, or we're recording this on a Tuesday, Diddy stepped down as chairman of Revolt. Go back to that 50 Cent post. And I'm going to tell you why 50 is literally a diabolical genius. And he's first of all, you can read 40 Loves Power and all of that stuff like that. You can read The Art of War by Sun Tzu, but it got to be in you. 50, he posts Diddy reportedly takes temporary leave as chairman of Revolt amid sexual assault lawsuits. 50 says, I'll buy that from you, Playboy, for the low, because you know Cadillac and AT&T going to pull out.
Those are the sponsors, I presume?
Yes. I'll give you a few dollars for it now. Sell it to me, then we can be friends. I'm serious. Call my phone. Why do y'all think that was a genius thing to post?
He's basically telling Cadillac and AT&T to pull out.
And telling people who the sponsors are. So if they want to harass Cadillac and AT&T, that'll happen.
And once the money comes out,
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. This guy, man.
I agree. 50 Cent is a genius. Oh my gosh, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. Wow. Gosh, that's crazy.
And this guy,
50's not to be fucked with.
No. Don't
50's not to be fucked
with
with.
Fifth. Y'all don't even. Fifth is
Play around if you want to.
Fifth is different.
And he's on tour. He ain't even in America.
I've said that 50 Cent is petty Betty. I've said that plenty of times. I've said it on one of my shows. Like 50 Cent is petty Betty. And if you heard what Charlamagne the God said, he said, don't fuck with Fifth, okay? And I absolutely agree with that. Guys, thank you for joining the show. Thank you. Please like and subscribe below. I need your support. I have invested in so much in this to make sure I bring you some decent content. Guys, please like, subscribe below. Let me know what you think, okay? I can take it. Let me know what I can do better. Let me know what I'm doing well. Until next time, it's a wrap.
Baby.